Check it out. I'm about to go to the gym in a minute, man. But welcome back to Straight to the Point TV. Like I said earlier, I know it say Al Bloody, but I was just being funny because the young man was calling me Al Bundy, and I thought Al Bundy was a player. I figured like, man, why not? Why not use his face without using his name because copyright issues. But anyway, let me get into the content because I got to go to the gym. I'm getting a little kind of tired. I'm not high energy like I've been at work all day. But I got my water, and I'm about to go hit this gym, do these lats, these legs and stuff. Anyway, so check me out, right? Prison politics is dirty. Obviously, y'all seen what happened to Tory Lanez, right? He got his mouth cut open. According to the details, man, his jaw was cut open. That's nasty. And he got stabbed up real bad in the back and the fucking head and the chest, and according to his dad, he almost hit him in the heart. And like these dudes be knowing body parts, like body parts, body points. They know where to hit you. Vital points, that's what they call them. Vital points of your body. These dudes study the anatomy of the body, man, and they'll kill you in there. See, the misconception a lot of brothers got is that these S and Y and 50-50 yards ain't turned up just like theirs, but what you fail to realize is prison is prison no matter what yard you on. You could die anywhere. And obviously, he didn't get stabbed up on the main line. So if it's cracking like that and dudes is going on one like that, and it's the first time y'all hearing, imagine what y'all don't hear. The solution to this shit is don't go to prison. For real. Now, I'm not going to give advice. I'm just going to give y'all examples real quick because I've been in prison and on the level 4 yard. I've been under prison politics. Like I told y'all before, I was cut. I was u.b.n. on everything. I felt under the structure. Today I was going through YouTube, and I came across a tribute to Chisholm, Rock Chisholm, from Lewis Park, Peru. And I was like, damn, that's my cousin. Like, damn, like I didn't even know they had a tribute to him. And in the process of seeing that, that's my cousin. That's my cousin. That's my Aunt Lula's side of the family. That's my grandmama's sister kids. As I was going through that, my other cousin is a Death Wish from 40s. He a Chisholm. As I was going through the YouTube and checking that out, I came across in his tribute. I seen that there was some people that was being interviewed that was talking about him, and one of the dudes that was interviewed was CJ from Mob.
History, and a lot of your homies. We lost Heron.
Yeah.
We lost Buntry.
Yeah.
We lost Big Jake from Westside got killed.
Right.
We lost Vince Buchanan.
Right. Big V.
Big V. And all of these dudes was Death Row, Pyru. I know most of these happened when you were in prison.
When I was in prison on a life sentence.
Yeah, on the life sentence, like 2001, 2002. I think Buntry got killed
2002, right.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was just like
But Heron got killed earlier.
Heron got killed 97. I got out right after that. Well, when I got out in 97, Heron had just recently died, was killed. And
dog too.
Yeah, it had a profound effect on me. You know what I'm saying? There were things, you know what I'm saying, accusations that were being hurled about particular individuals who, took part in that, and I was like, but keeping it 100 as a G, you know what I'm saying, I'm really not feeling like, come to try to figure out, you know what I'm saying? Because for every action, there's a reaction. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to I'm not that type. I'm gonna put the full investigation down because I know from every action, there's a reaction. So something had to transpire first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what transpired first?
But sometimes what transpires first is misunderstandings. Where nobody did nothing really wrong.
Nobody did nothing wrong.
But somebody still gets killed.
Somebody still gets killed, right. And
And I was like, damn, that's crazy. CJ, man, I'll be damn, CJ. And it brought back memories, man, because you know, I can relate. I can relate to you know, I understand the prison politics very well. I get it. I understand it. I understand the dynamics of it, and I understand it down to like I could be almost an expert at understanding the prison mentality. Anyway, because I lived it, I learned it, and I was a product of it. So I end up seeing CJ. The point of me telling y'all that you know about the YouTube and going through it is mainly about the politics. But my cousin, you know, as I was going to YouTube, I seen my cousin on there and didn't even know that they had a tribute to him. Anyway, I seen CJ on there. CJ was my comrade on the yard. CJ know, man, dirty politics up on them yards. Dirty politics, man. And you know, I was one of them dudes that used to squabble a lot on the prison yard. You know, I had about, man, I had a gang of fags in Old Folsom, and that's where I got cut at. And CJ, man, know them politics is real dirty. And the reason why I keep bringing him up, because he was on the yard with me, and he knew they was he knew the dirty politics up there. He had his hands in it. I ain't got nothing really bad to say about CJ, but I'm bringing him up once again because he was on that yard with me. He was under the same structure as me. He was a older G in that I, you know, that I fell up under, and I came across that page with my relative, and it's amazing because you don't even know. People don't even know who you know and who's your family. You could not give a fuck about that and be like, well, I don't give a fuck about that, but it's an easy way to, you know. So anyway, I don't got nothing against CJ, but that was my rad, and he know the politics. I was up on that yard smashing. I had knocked one of the homies out on the tier because he threatened to fuck my date off because I kept, you know, addressing him about that bad mood that I was supposed to have, supposed to go in the cell that he had went in. And, you know, the homie had got my TV took. He's running around the tier. I told him, man, don't get my TV took. My TV's a floater. And he was like, oh, I ain't gonna run around. And he ran around anyway on the tier, and the police came and took my TV. And I told the homie, I was like, man, you know what? I'm just gonna move out the cell, man. You can have this cell. I didn't want to fight the homie, man. I didn't want to, you know, fall out with him over a TV. And I was short time. I was about to go home. I was gonna leave him the TV, but he got it took. So I told the homie Baldy, I'm like, man, I can't do this. You know, Baldy, rest in peace from Brims. And he was BL, and he was like, man, just go on in the cell with the homie when I leave. I go home in 2 weeks. Nobody know about it. Just keep it between me and you. And I was like, all right, cool. So I end up, you know, putting the bed move in, you know, right after he left, and okayed it with his cellie non-affiliate. And, you know, the homie Paru moved in there right after Baldy left. And I was like, you know, I was supposed to move in there with the homie because I was trying to get out the cell with the homies. I ain't doing that shit no more. And he was like, yeah, nah, don't trip. And he act like he didn't want to do the move, and I was trying to get out the cell with the homie. And so I was at him like every 3 days, and one particular day I got at him, he didn't want to hear it. So he told me get the fuck out of his face in front of everybody on the tier, and everybody started laughing at me. The Bay Area niggas is like, man, look at this nigga. Look how you got at him, bruh. You got at him crazy, bruh. And I was like, all right, bet. And I was finna knock the homie out on the tier as soon as he did that. And but I chose not to, because I'm like, all right, I'm finna go home in a couple months, and I'm just gonna get down with the homie. So I told him, all right, look, we just gonna get down when I get back. When we get back, all right, we gonna go in the cell. He was like, all right, for sure, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck you, nigga. I'm like, all right, don't trip. So I went to breakfast, gave the homies my meal. Man, look, I was so mad. I gave away my breakfast, but I was like, man, fuck it. Do I go home? Do I fuck my date off? Do I get in the cell with this nigga? You know, so I told the homie Tweet, you know, my rad, like, look, I'm finna get out this nigga. I'm finna rush this nigga. He was like, all right, blood be booed. Handle that. You know what I'm saying? Handle that. Just let us know, you know. So I went up there, got on the 5th tier, And while I was on the tier, you know, I was like, look, bro, he's gonna go in the cell and get down and just get out the way, man, and that's that. And he said, nigga, I'll fuck your date off right here. And when he said that, I knocked him out. Boom, put him to bed. Fell on his face, almost fell off the fifth tier. I had to grab him like by his collar and pull him back over. Still whooping his ass in the process. He tried to get up, and I woke his ass up. And as he getting up, he bleeding all over the place. He got blood all on me. But I uppercut him, knock him out. I didn't want to dog the homie out like that, but he tried to fuck my date off, and at that point, he wasn't my homie. I seen red. You know, he tried to attack me, so I had to put him down. I ended up knocking the homie out again, and then as I was walking off the tier, the Bay Area niggas called me to their cell like, hey, come here. Hey, you got, take the shirt. I threw on my sweater. I was like, man, get rid of it from me. It was like, we got you, bruh. And they threw me the shirt. I put the shirt on. I had blood on my shoes. I heard him get down the tier, and the homie like, man, y'all straight? I'm like, yeah. Then I knocked the homie out, man. He tried to get off on me on the tier. He told me he gonna fuck my date off. The reason why I'm saying this story is because the more I was fighting, the more people was politicking on me. People, they don't give a fuck about them fights in there, man. Motherfuckers deem you as a threat, they gonna get on you. And you know, that was one fight of many. You know, I rushed the homie from Pyru. Me and him got into it on the yard. I rushed him in the building. We get sprayed. He like, nigga, you could have just came in the cell. I was like, hell no, I wasn't going in the cell, nigga. I'm not even supposed to be in this building. I done snuck all the way to his building to squabble with him. I'm not about to get caught in the cell. Like, nigga, you got all rights to hell no. Nigga, I rushed him out in the front. As soon as he came out, I got on him. We got sprayed. He's like, damn, blood, why you do that? We could have fought in the cell. Like, hell no, nigga, I ain't supposed to be in this building, nigga. Hell no, we got that out the way. And my last incident really was when I fought Take a Fade from 6-0 in Crowbar, man. I got the hollering at the little homie Deuce. And he when I seen him, you know, I was like, man, I heard y'all was getting on the hundreds. We was in the medical module. Well, the medical section in Folsom, for those who've been there, is between building 3 and 2. And, you know, Crowbar went up in there, Take a Fade went up in the medical, and when they came back from the infirmary, they pulled me to the side, was like, hey, man. And Deuce, when I see Deuce and told Deuce that, was talking to Deuce, he was coming out the building and passing, going his own way. So when I said what I said, he left, and I was in there by myself. So Crowbar and Take a Fade was in there. They came back in there, and they, you know, Take a Fade pulled me to the side. It's about like 30 homies in there waiting on the medical, Bloods and Crips and Hispanics, whites, everybody in there. And he's like, man, hey man, you remember you was talking to your homie, talking about your homies getting on the hundreds? I'm like, yeah. He's like, man, well, this Crowbar from 111. I was like, oh, in my head, I'm like, oh, this nigga Take a Fade on some bullshit. And I was already on the defense, and he was like, yeah, man, this homie from 111. He, you know what I'm saying? And I said, well, if you feel disrespectful, get off. And they rushed me. And when they rushed me, I'm squabbling them. And I'm fighting these dudes hard. And a homie from Fruittown, Pyru, hop in, Compton. Forgot his name, he was a lifer. Only homie hop in. And everybody else watching this fight, you know, the homies from Sac Bay, Del Paso Heights, Strawberry Manors, Oak Park, they all watching, you know, dudes from all over, the Northern Crips, everybody in there watching the squabble. Boom. We had a standoff. And now we had a standoff. So when we had the standoff, you know, Crowbar like, I ain't doing no more fighting. And I'm like, all right, well, Take a Fade, nigga, I need another one from you, because you jumped me. So me and Take a Fade start squabbling. I beat the shot of Take a Fade. And then I bust them up real good. So they ended up going to the yard, because this was like in the morning before yard release. So then they go to the yard. I go to the tiers and get at all the Damus and tell them what happened. And homie L-Dog from VNG, Loco, he was like, man, just keep on busting their eyes. Keep breaking these niggas off. Keep fucking these niggas up. Keep blacking their eyes. I've been socking out everybody. And, you know, so as I'm on a tier waiting for yard, I'm on third tier. Here come tweet from Swans, my comrade, the general, the u.b.n. general, the nigga I'm under. And he been getting at me sideways, you know what I'm saying? Before this incident, he used to, we be on the yard working out, and he be coming up to me like, hey, man, come on, man, you got to go stand over here by the shower, keep a lookout for me. And I used to be like, man, don't we got other homies? Don't we got other rads? It's homies back there. Why you need me back there to watch your back? It's like, bro, you Tahifa, whoop, you got it. I'm like, bro, I'm on the yard, and I could tell that nigga didn't like me. CJ was there from Mob. He was my rad too. Them niggas, man, prison politics is dirty. And it's the whole point I'm telling y'all is this story, because prison politics are dirty. No matter how many squabbles you win, how many times you get down with niggas and beat niggas up or whatever, and you standing on business because niggas are trying to get at you sideways, trying to play you or come at you wrong, because 90% of the time I was in the right. The only times in the wrong was when I was speaking on Taking Fade and them hood, crowbar from 111. I shouldn't have been doing that, but I wasn't even like, I ain't gonna justify it. I shouldn't have been doing that. That was the wrong place. If I was gonna do it, I should have did it in private. So they had all rights to get at me. Outside of that though, a lot of the stuff I wasn't wrong, and the homies felt like I was a troublemaker, like I was fighting too much, and then I didn't take no orders. I wasn't listening. But you got to realize, I'm 21 years old in prison, and I bruh, like I'm a rider, nigga. I'm not a buster, but none of that matters, man, because politics are politics, man. Favoritism. Somebody stop liking you, the majority gets you. And so, me and Tweet kept bumping heads, man. I didn't like that dude, man, but I was up under that structure that he had ran, and I didn't like him. And he steadily was trying to backdoor me. And, I been wanting to knock him out on the yard, but it's like the homie got at me and told me, like, nigga, if you get at this nigga, you ain't gonna be able to go nowhere, because, nigga, all the rats gonna try to holler at you on every yard you hit. Because he the general, he the head man. They gonna get at you. And I'm like, man, but at this point, man, I don't give a fuck no more, because, nigga, fuck this nigga. Like, he talk too much. Like, he think he run shit, and he do run shit under that structure, but he's a shady nigga, bro. And he's just a shady nigga. And he keep running his fucking mouth. So after I squabbled the nigga, Taking Fade up, and then I'm sitting on the top tier, he come in there talking about, Blood gotta go. Blood gotta get off this yard. He got 300 Crips out there waiting to attack the Bloods, this and that. I hopped up. That was it for me. Like, the homie Green Eyes get between me and him. And, mind you, I'm going home in like 60 days. And I'm like, man, I gotta get this nigga. I'm tired of this dude. Like, and he's standing in between me and holding me like, nah. And he's like, he grabbed Tweet. He's like, I told Tweet, go that way. You know what I'm saying? The homie BL, the homie Green Eyes, but Green Eyes was shady too. He was trying to get me to be BL like a motherfucker. He kept doing like some sidebar shit, like, Blood, I can get you to be BL still. You can leave that nigga Tweet. And, man, politics, man, prison politics, dirty. The whole time niggas was plotting on me. Whole time. And really the moral of the story is, like, nigga, don't go to jail, man, because you can't control these politics. Niggas gonna politic on you for whatever, nigga, even if you're in the right. And that nigga CJ, man, he was there on the yard with me. That's why I put him on here, man, to keep it honest with you. I came across that shit, seen him in my cousin tribute, and like, damn, and was like, wow, nigga, this nigga's on the yard, needs my rad. He was there. Politics shady. All that shit shady. Cutthroat. So all y'all that think y'all gonna go to jail and think y'all not gonna get involved in politics, you gonna get involved some sort, some way, some fashion. Cause when you got a friend on the yard or you got a buddy, you ain't gonna be solo. Their problems become your problems. Just remember that. So Shamrock get at me. 6-0 was like, yeah, man, what happened? I told him. I'm like, man, I ain't this, because Taking Fade went to the yard and told all the Crips that I dissed to see, because his eyes was all busted up, so he wanted revenge. And I got at Shamrock. I said, man, me and him can get out again if we need to, man. But I ain't diss no C, man. That's a lie. It was gang, Crips, and Bloods in there. Dirty politics again. He was like, all right, don't trip. It's good. This shit's over. You know what I'm saying? Woo, woo, woo. I'm like, all right, for sure. And then after that, then that's when Tweet want to talk to me with the homie. Man, my bad blood. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was misunderstanding. You know, because he went to the yard talking about all the, you know, you dissed the Crips and stuff, and they finna start a riot, man. You know, I just didn't, you know, I didn't want to riot. He goes, so I, you know, I done had misinformation. And Green Eye's trying to like get between me and him and talk. And I'm like, man, in my mind, I'm like, man, fuck this nigga, bro. Like, nah, nigga, you gotta be sideways, bro. And I want to get this nigga, but I know if I get this nigga, man, these niggas gonna down me at another yard. Like, I ain't gonna be able to walk no yards. Politics, bruh. And my element is the streets. So I get out on the streets. I don't really do this prison shit, but I'm a rider. I'm a smash niggas in prison. Regardless of the case is, that nigga still was trying to get me backdoored even after that conversation. Because I was a young threat to him on the yard. I was a rider. But this ain't my version. CJ was there, reputable from Ludus Park Mob or Mob, whatever. He was there, and he know the deal, and I know the deal. So yeah, I'm putting them out here on this internet, cause I'm just gonna put it out there, man. The prison politics, nigga, whether you cut or non-cut, is grimy. It's dirty. It's dirty politics. So the only way y'all gonna avoid dirty politics, that's just my version of it. But y'all see what happened to Tory Lanez. That's politics too, in its own sort of fashion. Whether you like it or not. You go to prison, you're gonna get involved in some politics, whether you voluntarily or involuntarily. Just know that. And if you're ready for that, then go up in there and handle that. Because when you not ready for that, and you get tired of it, and you like, man, I'm cool, I don't want to do this shit no more, you ain't the one that's going to make that decision because you in prison. There it is right there. So that's the solution to it. If you don't want to be involved in any politics like that, gang banging, or have to make a decision, or caught up in a riot, possibly lose your life, or your neighbor try to down you, or your crazy ass silly try to kill you, or whatever, lockdowns, then don't go to prison.